Mr. Jones, Dr. Jones, what's a fear you may have?
Being the center of attention.
Oh, so you don't like being the center of attention?
I love it.
I like it.
Some people like it, some people don't.
Every day in the middle of the hour.
Hey, Dr. Jones, the keynote speaker.
Okay, center of attention. How do you overcome that fear of being the center of attention?
Speaking from
It's because how do you overcome it? Yeah, well, how much old?
2 years.
Oh, that's not. Yeah. Go ahead.
But like the first time I built like certain things, right? Probably was when I did regional, like region back. And the audition process is like, it's real intense because when they put you in a room, the person that's performing is sitting in front of all your other adversaries. So at first, is he over there trying to eat and break down? There's people that are literally hoping for you to mess up. So how I got to where I was in my performance level is that I literally drilled it. Yeah. I drilled it so bad that I could be panicking, or I can be panicking. Like even now when I play, I can play in front of a crowd and I may get like super nervous. I'm not sure if they like it or hate it. But I play so much at this point that I could be panicking, but my students so much different.
And it's because you practice and practice and you practice so it becomes natural.
Yes.
And that's what you have to got to do. Even in your speaking abilities, you got to practice and practice till it becomes second habit, second nature, that you can do it in your sleep. You know, I have my godson. He can sing and he's taught himself how to play the piano, but he doesn't practice. And he's going through the voice change now. And we didn't realize it until one Sunday he sang 3-4 preaching, and I was like, oh my God, where'd that come from? And he hasn't made adjustments yet, but he's not practicing. In order for your craft to be at a top level, you got to practice every day. If you're not practicing every day, you're not doing it. Deontay.
My fear would be like if I'm in front of a crowd and someone asks me a question that I don't know the answer to.
Or when they ask a dumb question, you don't know how to handle it, and you like kind of just how I was asking.
And you know, I have some students that tell me there's no such dumb question as it is.
Yeah,
But me, a dumb
yeah.
question is a question that you asked after I've already just given the answer, but you wasn't paying attention, so therefore I'm not going to hear you. Next! Next! That's what.
What did you say?
Now, let me say this. In most areas, how you handle the questions that you don't know, be honest. Okay? Be honest. We don't know, we're human. We don't know everything. And the most authentic thing you can do is be honest. And simply say, I don't know. I never knew one of my Bible teachers in church, and I picked it up from him. Somebody asked him a question. He said, well, you know, Sister Hunt, I don't know that just yet. Give me a time, and when I come back, I'll find an answer for you. Just be honest. If you don't know, you just don't know. Even in my class, I don't know everything about English. I'm still learning. That's why I go to trainings. And I tell my students, baby, I don't know this. Okay? Yes.
How do you overcome that though? When you're in a setting, like let's say you're in a classroom setting, and someone asks you a question, and then they'll ask you, do you know such and such? And so you'll be like, well, I don't know. You're straight up. You say to them, like, I don't know the answer to that, and then you give them the polite response of, well, let me get back to you when I get time, and then they say, well, you're stupid. How do you?
Now in my head, I'm saying your mama. But that's not Christian life, and it's not, that's not. But that's what I'm saying in my head, because I say it to my students all the time, they just don't hear it. Except when the one who cuss me out in the hallway, and then I say your mom, they talk about your mom, because I don't know who it is in the first place, so they can't talk about your mom. But anyway, when you get someone that says they're stupid, then you say, well, thank you for the stupidity of it, and move on. Because sometimes, let me say this, you don't want it, because for some people, they don't know how to handle it, and then it becomes a conflict, and then it becomes more than what it should be. Let leave stupid people alone. Let stupid people be whoever they are, and you move on. So if you are presenting and someone asks you something that they feel that you should know or whatever, baby, just don't. If you don't know, you just don't know, and you move on. And if they have little comments, do like Donald Trump, get them out of here.
Get this guy out.
You know, but if they become disruptive, especially if you are instructors, they have them removed. I was at Texas A&M University, and my speech teacher, I can't remember her name, I remember what she looks like, but this one guy was trying to go back and forth with her about a particular thing she told him not to do during the class time, and he said he was going to do it anyway. And next thing you know, she didn't dwell on it. She kept on her lecture. I saw her do something on her cell phone. The next thing I know, Texas A&M University police came and escorted him out there, and he was gone, bye-bye. Never saw him again. You have to see like that. You don't disrespect the shit like that. He was gone, never came back, and he lost his money because she dropped him from the rolls. See, it's different from public school. People go to college, think they're gonna do that same mess they did in public school. It's a different world, okay? So if you are presenting and somebody is being disruptive and constantly rude, if they're, hopefully you got some people that kind of handle some sergeant at arms and remove them from the situation. But whatever you do, don't go back and forth, because that means you're swooping down to their level. Always rise. Remember to rise. Okay? Okay? Who have I missed? I missed somebody. Anthony!
I don't really have fear of speaking, but I'm just going to say this just to say it. I would be afraid, like, if I'm, like, giving a speech and, like, someone, like, busts out of nowhere, like, over her, and saying, like, I am a mess, I am a mistake, and stuff.
So if they
like,
just...
if they say that, I was just going to bust out loud, and I'm just going to, like, be an idiot on stage. Because I would be laughing to her.
So if someone just came out and said that you were a mess...
Wait.
I would, like, laugh at them, then I said, thank you.
It does.
No, yeah, okay.
Psychology. It works.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Because, you know, a lot of times people are doing those things to edge on. I have some students, okay, I'm just, you know, I like to be real. Okay, I have Bell's palsy, which was a nerve condition, and I also have diabetes. Diabetes affects different parts of your, body. Some people's feet, maybe the eyes. For me, it was my teeth. So I had partials that were made. Well, when I got, I've always taught 11th and 12th graders, but most 11th graders. Then that 1 year, they put me back the ninth, well, they put me with 9th graders. My Bell's palsy came back 3 times. So we're going to tell you what Bell's palsy is. It's a stress disorder, and it's where it almost looked like you had a stroke, but you didn't. So like this side of my face began to droop. This part right here is still paralyzed. I can. You know, like when I have to really drink out of straw, otherwise it'll drool out. Well, because of that, the portions that I did have, they don't fit. And my dentist is making me more, portions. And so I had a student who she wasn't doing what she was supposed to do. And of course, you can't do that in my classroom, okay? Can't do it. So since she wanted to lay down, we don't sleep in the classroom. We don't put our heads down in the classroom. First, I took the chair. So then she laid across the desk. So then I took the desk. Then she was like, well, Miss Lucien, can I ask you? No, I was a brown man. Miss Brown, can I ask you a question? Yes. She said, where your teeth? And I said, they're at home in the container where they've always been, where everybody else knows. Well, you didn't know that. And she told somebody later on she was trying to embarrass me. But see, I had already explained, every year when I meet new kids, I just go ahead and tell them about myself to get the elephant out of the room. Okay? I know my name is. Exactly. And Dr. Madsen is making me a new set as soon as I can finish paying for them, because that costs. Okay? So I let my kids know that. I let them, I even tell them, hey, if I'm working with you and breath a little stain, tell me. Because guess what? I got my Listerine with me. Okay? Because I don't want to be offensive to, anybody. But she thought she was trying to put me on the spot, and the class laughed at her because they already knew. She should have been in school that day. She missed the introduction. All right? So that's how you have to keep on going on. All right? And like you said, laugh it off, tell them thank you, and move on. Don't dwell on the foolishness. Don't dwell. There will be some people in the audience who will be disruptive. They'll be doing other things. They'll be on their cell phones, holding other conversations, and things of that nature. Okay? And if you're up presenting, they're doing it, be fine. Move on. Don't let it become unless. Now let me tell y'all what I don't like. Have y'all been in situations where people are someone's up talking and then somebody's phone ring because they didn't put it on vibrate? And hello, girl, I'm at a such such. Da 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 da. I have been in major. I've been in church at major conventions. The president of the convention was up talking, and one of the ministers, that's when we had the big old, see, these are nice size phones. These were the cell phones first came out. He had the big block. Hey, I'm going to be here preaching. In the middle of the man's sermon. I was like, oh my God.
Wait, he was preaching?
No, the man was preaching, but he was in the middle, he was in the front, in the middle of the aisle, and he answered the phone while the man was preaching, and you could tell because it was the big block phone.
Oh,
how rude. I got to tell him about it later on because I started working with his daughter. And I just told him, I said, I remember when you did X, Y, Z. That was so rude of you. Okay? So things of that nature. So you got to prepare for those distractions and don't let anybody derail you. Okay? And sometimes it's a little hard, especially if you're doing things without notes. So it's a little hard. Okay? Anthony Gabriel, what's your fear, baby? Besides going to sleep. You good with speaking? We're going to see, because we're going to have to work on you speaking so you can be heard. Okay? All right, and then Desiree. You got to feel speaking loud? Because I ain't heard anything just said.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's like somebody asked me for something. I have trouble with this. I just said.
Okay, and I understand that. Have you ever had, especially if you think about music, someone may say, well, tell me how you did that. And it's sometimes hard, even in my classroom, Ms. Lucien, how you came up with that sentence? And sometimes I struggle with telling them how I came up with it. And I'm not going to lie, I be praying that another kid can explain it in kid language so I can get out of it. That's why I love it. My room is in groups. Work together. Two heads are better than one. Okay? One of my fears is forgetting what I'm about to say. And just going blank. Like, oh my God.
And now it's up to 16 times stupid, right?
Uh-huh.
It sucks.
So that's one of my biggest tripping, falling down on the way up or down. And that's the reason why a lot of times, especially, I try to, hopefully I know my arena. So I can dress appropriate. I'm getting into my do's and my don'ts. So I can dress appropriate. I want my skirt to be too short to where if I'm elevated, somebody looking up under, you skirt things up, or you being a distraction. Okay, those type of things. Okay, but Cameron has a question.
My question is for them. Are you like, what do you think about when you have to explain something? Do you mean like when you think you know, but like I have a communication problem. I don't like talking to people because I don't know. Now I'm trying to explain to you, but I don't know. I don't want to explain.
Like some days you don't feel like talking to people, or some days you don't like know a lot of people.
I think it depends on the people that you know. Let's say it's your best friend, you can talk to your best friend.
But you talk about talking to strangers, type of things. And that's a comfort level. That's one reason why it's this. Okay, like my first week, I know they tell us we supposed to be doing this, and you need to start on those ticks. I'm getting to know my students. Even though they're students, I'm still getting to know them. I need to know them, and I also need to know who good with who and who not good with who and things of that nature. So I'm observing my background. When you go into a different, at one point, all of you didn't come in here knowing each other, did you?
I knew like most of you.
I knew him before we all came together. I knew him.
Okay.
I knew him.
Those four people.
I knew Leah.
Okay? But at one point you didn't know each other at all, correct? And it's taking time for you to bond together. And guess what? When you go to different places, when you get ready to go to LSU, oh my God, you're going to a major campus, and stop poisoning your skin, right on your skin with that ink. The other pinky gonna come out. When you get ready to go to LSU, you're going to go to a major campus with 10,000s of people. And you're going to need to connect with somebody, because you can't make it through college by yourself. I'm gonna tell you that now. Not saying you got to connect with the whole party, but at least get you a core circle. When you go Texas A&M, get you a core, not the ones who want to party. See, I got some that still at Texas A&M, but guess something, some of them had to come home. Doing more than what they doing the most.
I like to
share.
Okay,
up here.
I don't know if this relates to a lot of people, but I know that it's really big in society. And I'm just going to be completely honest. I mean, this is something I've been seeing, and I want to know if y'all have been seeing the same thing. I mean, because, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm tripping, or, you know, am I just seeing too much of this? But has anybody noticed that in magazines and on media, people are getting smaller and smaller, trying to be smaller and smaller? But in real life, people are normal sized or bigger.
But you know it's called Photoshop.
Yeah, no, but this is what I'm saying. Has anyone noticed in the media that they're trying to mess with our heads and stuff? This is one of my biggest issues.
It's been going on.
No, it's been going on. But
when you go back to even some of the older magazines, and you'll see where you would see a girl my size,
right,
and all the waists are all pinched in,
right,
and especially now with the computer age, it was one artist. What's her name? Hello.
Adele.
I think it was her. She complained because on one of the magazines they photoshopped it to make her look some other way. And guess what? That's who it was. I like all that. Okay, with her, and then they even somebody even noticed how even some people would say, well, okay, with Beyonce is normal size, they noticed where they had photoshopped and trimmed some of her legs.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I mean, it's happening, and I don't know if you're on Facebook or not, but we've had major conversations about what the media is doing and how the media is portraying. So it's just even like now, when you look up, if you Google a husband, okay, just Google the word husband. What comes up are images of white men with their families and things of that nature. Okay, if you go, in fact, I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled and I scrolled, and I didn't see any diversity. They were all white. When I Googled white, all came up was a white lady
and skinny.
Then someone else told us, they said Google a black teen and white teen. When we Googled the white teen, all you saw was them looking happy, doing this and that. When you Google the black teen, here come the love shots. Okay, so now let me say this. These things are happening, and I'm glad that you're aware of it. Okay? And so the thing about it is, because we are aware of certain things, we become the agent of change. How do we help change this?
Right.
Okay?
But
so those are things.
What I was going into about the fear, it's how do we, like, okay, let's say you're up there, you know your performance, you think you look good, you go up there, you're feeling good about yourself, you have body positivity, you have confidence. You know, you look in the mirror before you step out, before you go into your performance, and then you get up there, and then you remember what society wants you to be, and then you remember all this other stuff, and then you get up there, you get to that mic, and then you see everybody, no, you don't freeze. You can successfully play, but you look at everybody, and then there's that mental thing inside of your head, and then you're thinking, what are they thinking about me? That, I think for a lot of people, I think for a lot, you all wonder, what is society's perception of me? What do they think of me? I mean,
so my question to you is, what do you think of yourself?
Exactly.
So how do you block it out? It's all before you begin to perform.
Yeah, you do
got
talk
to
too much.
prepare.
You go somewhere.
Deliver me. I've had in some plays at the ensemble. Some of the title shows were where we all worked together. We were all on one mental accord. Okay, this is the show. It's the same show we've been running. Because for some people trying to do different shows, because Mama out there, what's the man name? The person that writes, the critic, he's out there. So now you're trying to change the show. No, you do what you practice. My choir teacher, who's Joseph Edward Addison, he used to be principal of Hartman Middle School, but he was a director of Jones High School. One thing that he always told us, every performance is a rehearsal, and every rehearsal is performance. Whatever you've done in rehearsal is going to show in performance. Whatever you've done in performance is because you did it in rehearsal. So, to block out whatever the heck they want to think in the first place. So you practice and you make sure you know your piece. You make sure you know your show. You be confident in what you're doing. When we did Fade to Black last year, we had always had 10,000 different schedules. I had gone out of town, some other people had done things. There was some rehearsals. We had you two, but we didn't have y'all four. We had y'all four, but we didn't have y'all three. We had rehearsals like that. But when we got ready to perform, we knew our part intricately to the point that the other people, the other 9 plays, they were around, oh, hey, how you doing? Da-da-da, fellowship. And baby, we got in that black room and we worked it. We worked it together. We was like, oh, let's do this again. Let's make sure we have it, make sure that it's tight. So when we hit the stage, we only had 15 minutes. Okay? And everybody else played went longer than what it was supposed to, but we followed directions. They said you need to cut some stuff down. So we had to make some last minute changes. But we changed, we rehearsed those changes. We rehearsed it. And then before the play, we wasn't there fellowshipping and doing all that stuff. We were all together, we prayed together, we got into our place to get into that zone. I am Harriet Tubman's mama. And guess who won?
You did.
We won. Okay? Because we were focused. And it wasn't about what other people, yeah, the other ones had the little jokes and all that. We knew what our purpose was, and that's what we were there to do. Make sure you know your purpose. Make sure you understand your purpose and what it is that you do, and don't worry about the perceptions of others. The only person you got to please at that moment is you and whoever paid your money.
This small thing, how do we change society? Like, because the thing is, it changes, it's errors.
Okay, here we go.
It's different.
And
It changes.
it's going to constantly change. When you get my age, it's going to be something different. You just make sure that wherever you are, whoever you encounter, that you are the change agent. Okay? You stay true to yourself. Yeah, because of these different philosophies and things that's going on, know who you are. A lot of times people are pushed off that because they don't know who they are. Find yourself, find your purpose. Ask God, what is my purpose? What is it that you have me to do? And that's what you follow. Otherwise, you'll constantly be changing.
And then you'll be going through some.
Totally.
And you have to also remember that at the end of the day, I'll paraphrase here, some people are just buttholes. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. And you just have to move on. Just.
Nothing we can do about it. Okay, let's take notes. Gary, sit up. We got to move on because y'all got to do your presentation. Yes.
No one.
America. Because right now, I've been voting since I was 18. I was a delegate to the state convention and everything when I was 18. But this election here, I don't like nobody. Anybody. Nobody. I don't. Okay, all right, now, I want you to take some notes. Stop the music notes. Sit up, Gabriel. Gabriel, you need to go to bed at night. You need to go to bed at night. Okay? You haven't been engaged at all. All right, we're going to go over the do's and don'ts of public speaking. I already put something on your agenda for you. These are the 3 main rules of public speaking. Okay? Stand to be seen. And this is on your agenda, so you don't have to rewrite it again unless you just learn that way. You're going to stand to be seen, speak to be heard, and then sit down to be appreciated. Yeah. And I want to walk through those. Stand to be seen, speak to be heard. It's on the agenda, under who am I presentation. That clock is throwing me off.
That clock right
so
there.
wrong.
That's the right clock.
Oh my God.
That
we got
was
45
right.
minutes. God, I've been watching that and I'm like, oh. Dave. All right, so stand to be seen, speak to be heard, sit down to be appreciated. Let me tell you where I got it from because I can't take credit for it. I got this from Dr. Thomas L. Freeman at Texas Southern University, who has been the debate coach. They made him retire, but he's 90-some years old. He's been there over 70-some years. He was coach for the likes of Barbara Jordan, Vicki Leland, Rodney Ellis, and many other great public speakers that we do know of. When I was at Jesse Johnson High School, my 12th grade year for our choir banquet, he was our speaker. Now I'm going to tell you, we were doing what Gabriel was doing. at the banquet. We were, and I'm president of the choir, but it was so boring. The Toastmaster, I was like, oh my God. We just wanted to shoot him. He was one of our, I'm serious. He was one of our fellow choir members' daddy. And so we had to respect him, but I was asleep. I ain't gonna lie. And all of a sudden I heard, good evening. And me and my friend Joseph, we was like, what? He said, I am Dr. Thomas Freeman of the Texas Southern University. I have come today to speak to you. I am standing. He said, I shall follow the 3 rules of public speaking. Standing to be seen, speak to be heard, and sit down to be appreciated. I am standing that you may see me. I am speaking so you may clearly hear me. And when I am finished, I shall sit down. I don't know nothing else he said, but I remember that. I was 18 years old. And when I went to TSU, I wanted to get on the debate team, but I was a working parent and things of that nature. I just didn't have time to do the debate team, but I've always followed him. I've always admired him. In my classroom, this poster, I had made a poster of it because my kids have to do a lot of presenting. Reason being, when you go out into the real world, Gabriel, sit up. In a minute, you're going to stand up, and I'm going to tell you that. Take my chair, okay? We're going, you got to know how to present yourself. So I place this, whenever they come to my podium, I have a podium in my classroom, and I place it so they can be reminded of it. Now you're making little side notes. When you get ready to speak, and especially if there's a podium, you need to stand up so everyone in the room may see you. Do not do this. Don't lean on the podium. All of this here, don't do this. Facing your hands and things of that nature, you're fidgeting with things. If you don't have a podium, yes?
I'm sorry, you write this on the numbers?
No, the numbers are the order that you're going to present. Don't write this in the back. That's the number they're going to present. I kind of halfway got a little order already. But I've done it too about it. Huh? Yeah, I call it ahead. See, that's nothing. One of the do's, make sure you prepare for your speech. Know your audience. I need to know how many are going to be here. So, when you use the podium is there for your papers, not for you to put your body on. Stand up. Okay? I don't care if you're preaching either, because I talk about them too. And some of my preacher friends, they don't like when I come in and I go over there here, because I'm going to have some notes for them afterwards. I'm just being honest. Because if you're my friend, I want you to do well. I want you to do well, and so I'm going to tell you. That's a bad so-called friend who won't tell you did. Ooh, man, you was a bomb. You know you sound like crap. Your piano was out of tune, and you took some notes that you know you weren't supposed to, and you sound like crap. Okay, no, I don't do that. I can be honest with you. Not cruelly honest, but to be honest with you. So stand so people may see you. If you don't have a podium, then make sure that you're standing up so that the room may see you. And if you're able to walk. But let me tell you what y'all did when you walk, because I was making little notes. This is what y'all was doing when y'all was introducing yourself. Y'all was doing all of this. That can be a distraction. When you are speaking, generally we call it the speaker's triangle. You may start here at the point. You make your points, whatever it may be. And then when you get to a transition, then walk to where you're going. Couple of steps, plant. Don't do the swaying. I was like, one time I was speaking, and I was like, oh my God, she's making me seasick. Okay? Then you got another transition, then walk over to the next point. And then one thing you want to do, especially like if this room was full, then I would have been walking around the whole room, because you want to engage your audience. Okay? You want to engage the audience to make sure that they are on point with what you're doing. So stand to be seen, not leaning. Stand to be seen. You want to speak to be heard. Who was that at the beginning? When you Desiree Murray, that's what it sounds like. See, look. That's how I was looking at you. Okay? You got to speak to be heard. Now, if it's a one-on-one conversation, that's one thing. But when you're speaking before people, y'all got to use the outside voice. I'm not saying you got to scream unless the mic goes out. Okay? But it was killing me. I was at Jake's graduation. I heard Sheila Jackson Lee. I heard a couple other people. But some other people, they had the microphones, y'all, and I could not hear them in the mic. Use the mic. If you have a mic, use it. I'm not saying put your mouth all on it, but get to it so it can be heard. Hopefully you can do sound check beforehand. Sound check is a must. If they tell y'all be sound check, make sure you be sound check. That is a must. Okay? Please. So, stand to be seen, speak to be heard. Make sure everyone can hear you and they can hear you clearly. Have you ever heard Barbara Jordan speak? Some have, some haven't. Google her. Google her. But she came from Dr. Thomas Friedman. And once I met him, then I understood. Some of that was just natural, but her training. You could hear everything. I actually was privileged to sing the national anthem for when she was with Ann Richards, when Ann Richards ran for governor, and I got to open up for some functions for them. And I was just amazed by both, just the eloquence, oh wow, that they both spoke with. But I could hear everything that they said. Now let me say this, your ears are 18, 16, 17, 14 years old. Your ears are a little bit more sensitive than what mine are at 46, somebody 50, 60. You got to speak up. And even in my presentation in El Paso, some of the people that was talking about saying, what did he say? I was like, what did Papa say? I don't know what Papa said. Oh, there go Meemaw. What Meemaw saying? Because we couldn't understand. They were not speaking so that we could clearly understand. You have a message, you want it heard. Speak to be heard. Okay? All the way through. From the beginning to the end of the sentence. Don't start off strong with the sentence and then just next thing you know you're going down. Thinking somebody heard that. That's what Papa was doing. I was like, Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. Then sit down to be appreciated. Can someone tell me why you want to sit down to be appreciated?
Because you want to feel good after you gave like a appreciation
You don't want nobody to
like
be
that whole entire crowd.
Okay, that and do what? You don't want me to. One of my pastors say you don't want people to see happy to see you come and then happy to see you go. If anything, leave them wanting more. Okay? There was somebody who was trying to milk the crowd. They had already got to the climax, and it was like boom, wrap it up, resolution, and then I guess because people was up on their feet, they decided, oh, y'all want some more of it, and then they just begin to bomb. Do what you gotta do and sit your butt down.
Chris Tucker does that now.
What goes on and on and on?
No, whenever he hosts, whenever he's trying to be funny, and he keeps on like making jokes, and then it gets lame afterwards because he keeps on going.
Gary Brown, he's on your plate. Yeah. And see, y'all got to watch that. You got to watch that. Know your audience. Feel your audience. There are times, when, even with my sermons or whatever it may be, and after, sometimes Spirit may take you a certain way. Spirit take me a certain way, and that's it. I don't have to read everything on that paper.
You have to.
Yeah.
So you've been ordained in everything?
No, I'm not ordained. Because that's a whole other thing that I want. There's no bunch of drone. Remember I said, I don't want drone. I'm at the United Methodist Church. I'm going to consider what a lay speaker. So I'm assistant to the pastors. And when pastors are out, then I do the preaching, I do the teaching, things of that nature. I'm good. Yeah. I'm just saying
He's
that.
an ordained.
Street. Yeah, so I do that. Okay? So stand to be seen, speak to be heard, and then sit down so they can appreciate you. And then they can say, Desiree, can you come back and speak again? Oh God, we want more, we want more. But if you said all that was to be said at that time, no, you're not coming back. Okay? All right, some more dudes. Some more dudes. Prepare your speech. Remember I told you about your A game. Make sure you have your A game ready. Make sure that your speech is prepared. That I do better when I'm speaking off the cuff, but I use the paper because I talk too much. I'm very loquacious, and I understand that. And there are times when I've got to have time limits. That's why Toastmasters we have time limits for our speeches. So I got to make sure I get to the point. Write that down. Get to the point. Get to your point, and you want to expound upon the points, and then wrap it up. Y'all dress appropriately. Now, if you're going out to speak in a court, don't wear a three-piece suit with your tie and your coat bun. Okay? Don't do that, y'all. Don't overdress, but then don't underdress. Don't underdress to the point that you're showing so much skin, people don't get your message. Like I said beforehand, I'm very cognizant of what I wear, especially if I'm up directing the choir or if I'm up speaking. There are certain times most I wear a dress, but dress pants, at home, guess what I'm doing? How does it look from behind? Because I've seen too many distractions. People up directing the choir, the girl's skirt so short, when she do her arms up like that, then the skirt and everything going up, or it's so tight, even with the dress, the skirt is so tight. Or the guys didn't pay attention that they need a belt, and then their pants are coming down, and then you moving us. Oh, all right? So dress appropriately. Know the event that you're going to and dress for the occasion. Like Friday night, I'm supposed to be singing for the Jack Yates Alumni Gala, and I'm doing the Jack Yates song for them. I think I am. I need to double check. It's everybody. It's the whole big thing. We celebrate 90 years of Jack Yates. And so I'm going to be dressed appropriately. I'm looking for me some crimson. And I have something, but I think it's too womenish. But I'm going to double check it just to make sure that it's appropriate. But when you go up, make sure you are appropriate. I have to get on my debaters about this. When we're doing inner city, that's fine. But when we start going to state, then I make sure that they are dressed appropriately. No loud colors. We're sticking to the basic because we got old-time judges there. Traditional judges. Know your audience. We call it judge adaptation. You got to adapt to your audience. Okay? Dress appropriately. Interact with your audience. Make eye contact. Now, some people have problems speaking and looking at people in their eyes when they're talking. All right, so let me say this. Find you something in the room that, but not that, I had one person, the clock was way up there. So the person's head was up there. They weren't talking to us. You find something that's eye level and kind of make sure you're looking around. Or if you got some point people, okay?
I had people do that to me, like, there's a speaker, and then they're like looking at me like the whole time that they're speaking, and I'm just like, am I that pretty?
You may do too. You probably showed them no dimples. Okay? I'm just saying. You got to find a person that is comfortable or find a object, but don't just keep staring at that particular object. Interact with your audience. Because if you interact with your audience, then you'll be able to gauge them. Yes, ma'am. Cameron.
I've been told that when I go up on stage to do either speaking or singing or playing or anything, that I do this lip walk.
Girl, you got the lip walk going?
No,
Pimp walk.
Okay.
You got the pimp walk going?
If I'm wearing like a dress or a shirt, like I'll pull it all the way down like that, and I'll just walk like this.
Oh.
One leg in front of the other.
So what you need to practice at home, you need to practice walking in front of the mirror or walking in front of your parents. Y'all, you got to practice those things. You got to practice those things. All right. I need to back up. Introduce yourself.
More.
What kills me? Hi, what's your name, Rennette? That's not your name. And I tell kids, I like, and when you introduce yourself, it's hello. I'm Rennette, or I like all my names, so I'm Rennette Lisa Brown Lucien. Or that first and that last name, introduce yourself. You never know. The vice president of Fox 26 came to Yates a couple of years ago, and one of the babies went up to him. The boy name, he's crazy. And he went up to him. He said, "Hi, I'm such and da da da." And he did his first name because that's what I taught him in class. He's like, "Welcome to Jack Yates. I'm so glad that you're here." Do you not know he was the only one that got a card from the vice president person, and the man offered him an internship. Wow. Presentation means a lot. It means a lot, y'all. It means a lot. Watch how you present yourself. Even when you're introducing yourself, speak so you can be heard. Okay, you never know who you're speaking to. All right, those are the main dudes. Let's talk about don'ts. Y'all, my leg is dead. I gotta sit down.
That's all right.
I have sciatic nerve problems. All right, so don'ts. Don't speak solo.
Don't speak what?
Solo.
Solo.
What's solo? Solo. Don't speak solo that I can't hear you.
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about soloing, and I was like,
yeah, you're soloing. But don't speak solo that people can't hear you. Speak up. Okay? I told you don't lean on the podium. Guess what we have to watch? Write down filler words.
Like,
I was trying to see if you were going to say
I'm saying too many of them today.
I heard you too.
And
Filler?
I'm actually filler. F-I-L-L-E-R. I'm actually getting better. And Toastmasters been helping me with that because I'm so conscientious of it. To the point of when I was in El Paso last week, one of the guys that kept introducing everybody, and I said, he's you go on, and so then, I'm more positive of it since I've been in Toastmasters, and I was sitting there keeping tally. There you go again. One point I counted 20 of them. And all he was doing was giving us directions. And so when he got up to present his particular piece, I was like, oh Lord, here come the man. But here was the difference. What he was presenting was his content, and he knew it. He knew it well. He didn't do the ums and the ahs. So y'all practice. Practice.
I think our society is really influenced by that. I watched one episode of the Kardashians once, and I counted, okay, my personality, I'm a obsessive kind of person, and then in the whole show, it was about, they said about
10,000 times. Desiree did it when she was telling us what she had problems with.
Okay.
But let me tell you what happens. When you keep doing the likes, or the it becomes distraction and your message gets lost. It gets lost in the ums and the lights and the so was. And also the ands. What else? Sows. I'm a sower. I sow. And Toastmasters, we have a bell. Every time you say it, we ring the bell. And it got to the point the person wasn't paying attention. I rung the bell on myself because I become so conscious of it. Okay, so that's one reason why you practice your speeches beforehand. That way, when you know it, one of my Toastmasters, when she's trying to read, she starts doing the ums and the lights and all of that. When she knows her speech, oh my God, she is just the bomb.com. Just awesome. She rolls when she practices. Okay? But when she's trying to read off the paper, it's killing her. Okay? So make sure you practice and y'all try not to do the ums, the ahs, the lights. Oh my God. When I listen to some of the athletes, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
You don't want to hear
Najmeen. Nah, I mean.
Those things like that are distractions. At one point when I was working closely with Yates basketball team when we was on the road to state, doing our tutorials, we actually had press conferences. And with the press conferences, that's what we practice on. They had to practice their introduction. They wrote questions like, such as, in the third quarter, it seems that you were off balance. What did you do to get back on balance? They could not say, well, you know what I'm saying? I decided to, you know what I'm saying? No. Every time they did it, we all went down. And to make them conscious of it, because I heard some of them on TV one time, and I'm like, you will not get out there and embarrass us again. And then they talk about, you bring Coach Wise up here too. But anyway, you got to practice. You got to practice for those moments. Don't dress sloppy. Oh my God. Don't chew gum.
I've seen people do that.
Yes, write that down. Do not chew gum. Don't chew the curve.
They don't fight on
So don't chew that either. Okay? So please, y'all, don't. I was just mortified at someone who was supposed to be a professional speaker and was chewing gum at the same time. And I just had the message because all I could concentrate on is they were chewing gum. Okay?